If I had never dropped out, I would have never dropped in on that calligraphy class, and personal computers might not have the wonderful typography that they do. Of course, it was impossible to connect the dots looking forward when I was in college, but it was very, very clear looking backwards 10 years later. Again, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nur Amirah Batrisyia, Binti and I'm from DBS 3E. Academic excellence is not the only criteria for individual success. From the short video example of Steve Jobs' success story, people nowadays are more likely to judge an individual based on his or her educational experience. The academic history demonstrates a person's level of experience and capacity for achievement on his or her chosen profession. Some of them made it, but some of them might not, which they graduate with flying colors and did not get their dream job. There are people who are not able to do well in academics, but at the end, they become a successful person. So today, I would like to convince you that you can be a successful person even without a good academic performance during university. There are many reasons to prove that academic excellence is not the only criteria for individual success. First, some of them are not able to get study at the best university, but able to achieve their dreams in their life. Second, experience are better than academics, and third, the willpower of individual is the key. Many of you believe that if the person get good grades when they graduate, they are guaranteed to get good job of a lifetime. You will be more open-minded to know that there are people who did not do well in their academics but became a millionaire. First of all, some of them are not able to get study at the best university but able to achieve dreams in their life. This might be because of they are not interested in continuing their studies. As you all know, to be a successful person in their life, they need to fulfill a lot of requirements and knowledge. They also need to give commitment and focus on their study. For example, if they has a dream job to be a lecturer, they need to continue their study in master so they can be qualified as a lecturer if they get good grades. But if they do not get good grades, maybe he or she will be a jobless person. So for them, it will waste their lifetime. That does not mean they do not have a good future. Some of them face the real world. They are able to convince people with their confidence. They get to bring himself or herself out from the box of thinking. This is what people call do not judge a book by its cover. For example, during Mark Zuckerberg in Harvard University, he already created 2 programs and both were successful. But the university eventually shut down after it was considered unacceptable. But now, Mark Zuckerberg is the founder, chair and CEO of Facebook. Another reason of you must believe that people can be a successful person is that they use their experience. You will be very pleased to realize that academic is not everything, and second things you need to know, experience are better than academics. To be a real successful person, skills and ability of themselves are very important. They will learn from their failure. Of course, they might not repeat the mistakes that brings them toward the failure. They survive when they meet a lot of people with various backgrounds. For example, they are able to persuade the employer with their face and excellent personality and speeches, leaving the employer with no excuse to refuse their jobs. They also dare to take risks and they never know how to give up. He or she must do practical from what they had learned, so they will increase their confidence in knowledge because practical and reading obviously has a big difference. You can also take a look on the real story of Benjamin Franklin, who dropped out of school at the age of 10 to work as soap and candle maker with his father, but at the end, he became one of the founding fathers of the United States. Next, some of you might think that we still need to perform in our academics to achieve our dream job. I will now prove to you, when we have a goal to achieve, they will have a willpower in themselves to create a good strategy in becoming a successful person. Last but not least, the willpower of the individual is the key. Not all people with good background in education become a successful person. Most of them happen because they are lack of practical. They also do not have proper planning and strategies to achieve their goals. For example, the internet has become one of the basics people's lives, and it has become a platform for anyone who are doing business. So, if people still want to use their old method, they will be left behind and their business will suffer. They also need to improve himself or herself day by day. They need to have patience in changing himself or herself to be a better person. The way they're working so hard can take one step further in their life to become a successful person. For example, Elizabeth Holmes, who dropped out from Stanford University at 19 years old to found the blood testing startup Theranos, which has since grown to a $9 billion valuation. Now she is a defunct health technology company. So I hope I have assured you that you can be a very successful person in future by not only depending on your academic performance. Bear in mind, you can be a successful person even though you are not graduated from the top universities. You will have more experience in your life and dare to take risks. And finally, willpower of yourself makes you become a better person every day. Now you can get rid of human thinking that academic excellence is the only criteria for individual success. Academic achievement is only a means of recognizing a person's abilities. Remember, the famous quote goes, "Where there's a will, there's a way." George Herbert. Everyone has the opportunity to be good in life as long as they are able to take on the challenge.